All right. Yes, let's all drink our coffee because it is far too early on a Friday morning, and somehow I did not set my alarm correctly. Okay.
You can maybe do brachot without coffee, but bavas.
No, you need a lot. You need a lot.
The Gemara elaborates on the episode involving Bava ben Buddha. Herod was a slave in the house of the Hasmoneans. He set his eyes upon a certain young girl from the house of the Hasmoneans. One day, that man, Herod, heard a divine voice that said, "Any slave who rebels now will succeed." He rose up and killed all his masters, but spared that girl. Some Game of Thrones here. She went up to the roof and raised her voice and said, "Whoever comes and says, 'I come from the house of the Hasmoneans,' is a slave, since only that girl remained from them." And that girl fell from the roof to the ground and died. I don't understand what she's saying.
She's like, yo, if anyone says that they're a Hasmonean, they're a fucking liar because I'm the last one. And
Because this
now
guy,
there's not even me. I'm out. It is related that Herod preserved the girl's body in honey for 7 years to prevent it from decaying.
dude, just don't.
No wonder the bees are like, I don't want to be in this planet anymore. I'm out.
Herod eventually does die by bee stings.
No, really?
I made that up.
I'm gonna believe that even though it's not true. I'm choosing to because of what happens next. Now we're getting into true crime territory. This is true crime podcast material. Also, I don't know if honey is actually something you can preserve a body with. Any serial killers out there, just let us know in the comments.
That sounds like a trap.
So now we're going to get to the part that's probably going to get censored on every social media platform, but we have to look, I'm sorry, I have to say it. I'm just quoting it. I don't support this. I'm just saying what it says on the page, okay? There are those who say allegedly, put the statement, I don't want him to sue me, that he engaged in necrophilia with her corpse, and there were those who say he did not engage with necrophilia with her corpse.
We Jews tend not to view Herod particularly favorably.
No, we don't like him. Like, just go the fuck away. You absolute monster. You absolute monster. But there's some who say he did, and some who say he didn't. Okay, could go. Who's to say? We're just sort of trying to get this gossip started. We're just making a blind item suggestion. You know, when you report in about a celebrity that you think has like, okay, I'm thinking of Richard Gere in the like gerbil story, right? Do you not recall this?
I'm not familiar with this, but I can
Google
guess.
this later.
Okay.
Google this later. I think it was a gerbil. I'm not sure. Okay, but this is how things get started. Okay, they're like, well, you know, I've heard. I can't prove it, man. I don't know, but I've heard.
To be fair, if
We don't have to, but okay.
one, not you, wants to marry someone and that person kills themselves, and then that person preserves their body in honey for 7 years, it is fair to expect people to think that this is what's going on.
I would agree. According to those who say he did do it, the reason that he preserved her body was to gratify his carnal desires. Yeah, yes, obviously we know that that's the reason you think that, and probably is true. And according to those who say, no, he would never do this. What are you talking about? And that's his PR team. The reason he preserved her body was so people would say he married a king's daughter. But I think anyone who said that would also be like, but she is also dead and she jumped off the roof to escape being married to you. So are you really married to a king's daughter, or do you just have her body in a large Tupperware? This is not the flex he thinks it is.
Herod said to himself, "Who expounds the verse, 'One from among your brothers you shall set as king over you'? It is the sages who expound the verse in this manner, insisting that a king must have Jewish roots." He then rose up and killed all of the sages. All of them are gone, but spared Bava ben Buddha in order to take counsel with him.
George R.R. Martin, where are you?
Yeah, it has Ramsey echoes where he's like, he makes some comment where he doesn't need all of Sansa or something like that.
I feel sickened. Okay, so now we're going on to 4A, where this just delightful story continues. Okay, things have gone from bad to worse. Herod placed a garland made of porcupine hide on Bava ben Butta's head, which pricked his eyes out. One day, Herod came and sat before him without identifying himself in order to test him. Herod, said, "See, master, what is this evil slave Herod is doing? Have you heard about that? What, did he change his voice too? Because it probably sounds just like him." Bava Batra said to him, "What should I do to him?" Herod said to him, "The master should curse him, definitely curse him." Bava Batra said to him, "But it's written, don't curse the kings, not even in your thoughts." Ecclesiastes 10:20. Herod said to him, "He's not a king since he rules illegally." Well, I'm glad he knows. I'm glad he knows he stole that election and no one voted for him. And he knows he's terrible. And he's like, "Oh my God, have you heard about that guy? He's so terrible." And he's like, "It's me." So Herod's like, "Oh no, he's not a king. He rules illegally." Bava Batra said to him, "And even if he were merely a rich man, I wouldn't curse him. As it's written, don't curse a rich man in your bedchamber." Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes says don't curse a lot of people, and I don't appreciate it because I feel like it.
Not in your
Or,
bedchamber, then
right.
where?
Do it in the living room.
That's the proper.
That's what that is for. "And even if he was just a leader, I wouldn't curse him. As it's written, and you shall not curse a leader amongst your people." Exodus.
That one, of course, being the least observed rule in Judaism.
This can't be a real mitzvah that, like, I'm pretty sure this is the 614th and they left this one out because no one was going to do it. We need to be able to shit talk our leaders. That is our right as
This
human
was
beings.
Moses being like, "Oh God, guys, stop! God just gave me this rule. Don't curse your leader." And they're like, "Yeah, we don't believe you, dude."
Yeah, fuck you, Moses. We're gonna curse you. We're gonna make your life a living hell.
You're gonna
You
keep
saved us.
doing
We're gonna
what
torment
we've
you.
been doing.
Like, you can't curse a leader amongst your people. And what do they do the whole time in the desert? Complain, tell him he's terrible, and just ruin his life. And ungrateful.
You're holy, well, we're holy too.
Yeah.
Go back to Egypt.
Yeah. You're not special.
Where's the fucking meat?
Where's my goddamn quail? Yeah.
Herod said to him, "That halacha stated with regard to a leader among your people, that is, to a fit Jew who acts as a member of your people, i.e., in accordance to Torah law, and this one does not do the deeds of your people." I was thinking, but the whole point is that he's not really one of their people. So, actually can curse him. Bava Batra said to him, "Nevertheless, I am afraid of him, because he poked out my eyes with a porcupine and killed all of my friends."
This is reasonable. This is not paranoid.
I feel like he's overreacting just a little bit. I mean,
this goes in the "Am I overreacting" Reddit thread, and everyone is like, "No, perhaps you were underreacting."
or they say yes because they're afraid Herod is going to track them down.
Is Herod in the subreddit with us right now? Who's this user who has the username "I'm not Herod"?
Herod said to him, "There is nobody who will go and tell him, since you and I are sitting here alone."
But Bava Batra isn't falling for this.
Yeah. Oh, I was about to quote Ecclesiastes right here. Bava Batra said, "Nevertheless, it is written, for a bird of the sky will carry the sound, and that which has wings will tell the manner."
Herod said to him, "Guess what? I'm him." Surprise. Like, no one's surprised. No one's surprised. "Had I known that the sages were so cautious, I wouldn't have killed them. Now, what is that man's remedy? What can I do to repent for my sinful actions? Start by not doing this. How about you not start this shit? Give him his fucking eyes back. That's step 1. Let that woman be buried. Step 2.
What is that man's remedy?
What do we do to help him? Can we do an intervention?
I have a friend whose name, we'll call him Nerid.
No relation. Bava Batra said to him, "He who extinguished the light of the world by killing the Torah sages, as it's written, for the mitzvah is a lamp and the Torah is light," Proverbs, "should go and occupy himself with the light of the world," and get the fuck away from me, "occupy himself with the light of the world, the temple, as it's written in regard to the temple, and all the nations shall flow unto it," Isaiah. There are those who say that this is what he said to him. "He who blinded the eye of the world," as it's written in reference to the sages, "and if it be committed through ignorance by the eyes of the congregation," from Numbers, "should go and occupy himself with the eye of the world, as the temple, as it is written, I will desecrate my temple, the pride of your strength, the delight of your eyes," Ezekiel.
Herod said to him, "I'm afraid of the Roman government."
Fair.
Yes, and now I want Bava Batra to go tell the guy.
I would never ordinarily recommend ratting to the Roman Empire.
Where is Elazar ben Shimon when we need him?
Right.
Herod said to him, I'm afraid of the Roman government that they will not permit me to make changes in the temple. Bava Batra said to him, send a messenger who will travel there for a year and remain there
Slowest
for
walking.
and take yet another year to return. In the meantime, you can demolish the temple and rebuild it. He did so. Eventually, they sent a message to Herod from Rome. If you have not yet demolished it, do not demolish it.
Too late.
Permission denied. And if you've already demolished it, do not rebuild it. And if you've demolished it and already rebuilt it, you shall be counted among those who acted wickedly, seeking counsel only after they have already acted. Even if you are armed and in command of a military force, your book, i.e., your genealogical record, is here. You are neither a king nor the son of a king, but rather Herod the slave who has made himself a free man. The sages say, one who has not seen Herod's building, i.e., the temple, has never seen a beautiful building in their life. The Gemara
Okay,
asks,
can I just say this sounds like Trump and Mar-a-Lago. You've never seen
it's a big, beautiful building.
the toilets are gold.
The Gemara asks, with what did he build it? He considered covering it with gold.
He is Trump. He is Trump.
Paranoid, delusions of grandeur.
Tacky as fuck.
So he considered covering it with gold, but the rabbi said to him, leave it and do not cover it, since it is more beautiful this way, as it looks like the waves of the sea. This is also interesting because like all of the pictures that we see of the second temple, not like photos, but they're always white stone with like gold on the edges. So it's like really interesting that the Gemara here is like not in green and blue.
They're like, actually, this is giving crossing the Red Sea realness. We love it. We actually love it. It's beautiful. Don't make it. Sometimes less is more. Yes, less is more, Herod. Okay, less is fucking more. Did somebody ever take her? It doesn't say. I would like to know. Did anyone ever remove her from the honey and bury her?
She's like still underground at Masada or something.
How did Herod die? You know that scene in the last, not last, but like very close to the end of the film, The Prestige? Wait, what?
I just looked up how he died.
How did he die?
After he succumbed at age 69, doctors have now settled on exactly what killed the king of ancient Judea. Chronic kidney disease, complicated by a very, and I'm going to go ahead and add several more very, very, very uncomfortable case of maggot-infested gangrene of the genitals. Huzzah.
Is that real?
It's what's on ABC News and newscientist.com.
Is this the result of him having sex with her corpse? Then good job, girl. You got him. You fucking got him. Wow.
Yeah.
Because if you've got maggot dick, how would one acquire that? This is why we choose the bear.